Damn, it's sunny out today. 40 degrees. But with the wind chill, it's like 10. The sun is brutal today. Welcome to the live stream. I'm Rob. I do live news, commentary, comedy, entertainment, joke, hilarity. The most serious, funny channel around. And I do it every weekday, excluding major observational holidays, even if you don't observe. So hit subscribe, hit the notification bell after you hit subscribe. And to all the new subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I see you. I see you. I see you. And you mean the world to me. It's awesome to have new subs. This is a very Marxist, socialist, workers, class war channel with some comedy. Heavy dose of comedy, light on the satire, being sarcastic there. So heavy sarcasm, light satire. But I welcome you. Welcome to the live stream. I don't know if you've seen the news. Russia, nightclub in Russia was fining people for looking too gay. Don't make any comments about my sunglasses. They're not mine. They're my wife's. They're the only sunglasses in the car. And if you can see, this sun is brutal today. Look at that. Can't even drive. I need these. So I want to talk about the Russians getting fined 350 pounds, the equivalent of 350 pounds, 50,000 rubles, for looking too gay. Now, I know art is all in the eye of the beholder, but do the police have authority? Is there like lawyers that study precedent law of like what is looking too gay? Like a Carmen Miranda hat with the big fruit hat. Like, is that too gay? Is that not gay enough? Like, who sets that in Russia? Who sets the law on what is too gay, what isn't? Like, is there a short length? I know when I went to Catholic school, girls couldn't have their skirts a certain height. You know, they had to be a certain length. And couldn't be too short. So is that the same thing? Like if guys are out there wearing 1980s basketball shorts, the old Larry Bird basketball shorts, would they get fined? Who sets that law? And more importantly, how funny is it that the alt-right in this country, the Steve Bannons, the Trumps, the Elon Musks, who are waging a war, the culture war, talking about everybody gay, schools make you gay, woke makes you gay, you know, all that stupid nonsense. But it's so funny how if they had it their way, they would implement the laws that Russia has. They would love, I can't read the comments, sorry. The sun is too bright. But it's so weird how Republicans are so anti-gay that they would love to have these Russian laws of like being able to fine people for looking too gay. And not like you're fined, like a money fine, like a crime punishment. It's so funny. But then those same Republicans will, if there's anything they dislike, they'll say, oh, what is this, communist Russia? Why don't you go to Russia and be a communist? It's like the hypocrisy, the irony, the double speak, talking out both sides of their mouth. It's so funny. But either way, these Republicans that would like, you know, to have anti-gay laws, you don't have to bake cupcakes for anybody. That's the funniest thing. They're like, wasn't that the court case where they were like, you don't have to bake cupcakes for a gay couple? It's like, yeah, but if you're baking cupcakes, couldn't we say something about that? Hypothetically, I'm not. If I knew how to bake cupcakes, I think that's cool. But I'm just saying, if Republicans are going to get all in a tissy about it, have a hissy fit, it's like, well, if you're a dude baking a cake, then by Republican thought logic, which there's not much thought or logic there. I agree with Russia, too fast for you. You can see yourself out of here, because that's stupid. But to speak on that point, if you agree with that in America, Russia fined 7 people 350 pounds or 50,000 rubles for looking too gay, which again, what qualifies you? What qualifies you? Like they weren't wearing manly enough clothing. The charge was like, I forget the link. I link all the articles down below, so you could read it. But the language was like trying to arouse a non-traditional sexual relationship. That's like the official law in the books that you can get fined with for looking too gay. Which again, is it irony I'm wearing these glasses talking about this? Fuck you, Russia. But the people that like that in America, like these laws, like the Republicans, my one question for you, when you're talking about freedom and the Constitution or our rights and the land of the free and all that bullshit, that doesn't mean nothing to you. Where does fining people for looking too gay fit into freedom? Isn't freedom like if I want to dress however the fuck I want to dress? Isn't that freedom? It's so funny how these Republicans want to restrict everything that they're scared of or that they're, that they closetedly are. What's that word? When they're projecting? Is it projecting? I think the word is projecting. It's so funny how, like when the Republican National Convention was in whatever city, Des Moines, Iowa, or wherever they had it, and like Grindr was coming to a screeching halt because there was too much traffic. And it was like, those are the same people who are like, yeah, we like this Russian law. But in the same breath, they'll be like, because we're America, the land of the free, where we can, where we can oppress people for their beliefs and choices and how they dress. It's so funny. Because again, this isn't like a public safety thing. Like you can't compare this to like wearing seatbelts and like I want to be free because I wear a seatbelt or a mask. Like I want to be free because I don't want to wear a mask. I don't want that oppressive mask on me. It's not a public safety thing. This is just a style and choice taste. So it's so funny that these people that like to talk about their freedoms, being the land of the free and being oppressed, don't tread on me. In the same breath, they'll say some completely, well, it's usually just, hateful, or again they're trying to cover for their secrets they're projecting. But it's so funny, these land of the freers, don't tread on meers, will love something when they see something like this, where they might not openly admit it, but they're pushing for laws, they're pushing for people to have to be oppressed or restricted when it comes to their choice, whether it be gender, orientation, style. I think this is wild that Russia can fine people. I would like to see, imagine going to court for a speeding ticket, and people do that and they'll fight it and they'll be like, well, I took a picture of the speed limit sign. It was covered up by a tree, so that 10 miles over, I need that ticket thrown out because the state didn't do a good enough job, letting people know what the speed limit was. I would love to see these 7 people. Well, you can't go to court in Russia because obviously the oligarchs and Putin just kind of control things, much like it is here in America, where Trump and the technocrats and the billionaires control things. They've bought and paid for all these judges. Just look at the Supreme Court and Clarence Thomas, who is getting millions of dollars in gifts while deciding on court cases that might be influenced by those gifts. So we have the same kind of court system. It's just all the wealthy ruling. But I would love to see the people that got fined, the 7 people, go in and fight those cases. In fact, that'd be hilarious, them showing up all flamboyant looking, being like, in my defense, back in 1992, Kurt Cobain wore a dress on stage, which was at the height of his manliness. I'm just kidding. But to reference things like that. To see the whole court case played out. I'm guessing you can't probably fight these kind of fines in Russia in court. They work for that money. Get on. Too fast for you. This is not your live stream, homie. This ain't. I already tell you just a few things you've said. I don't like you. You seem like a billionaire bootlicker. You should go to like a very good daddy's boy violinist, Ben Shapiro. You should go over to him. Well, because I couldn't see all the comments, now I can see them. But I was reading them just to put on display that you're not the community I'm trying to foster. I'm trying to develop. The community I'm trying to develop believes that the people that really work for the money, the working class, the people that hold down 2 or 3 jobs just to make rent, truly work for that money, and no one can work hard enough to earn $57,000 an hour like the CEO of my company does. Like, you couldn't work that hard. You just can't. That comes through exploitation. And that's what I mean. Your comment right there says the grown man with hard glasses. That is the epitome of how critically you can think. And that's why I'm saying, hey, what's up, Marissa Lamar? So, too fast for you. This might not be a live stream for you. It just might upset you, Snowflake. You might need a safe space from some of the communist, socialist, Marxist ideas that we have here, where working class people should not be exploited, that people shouldn't be able to buy the courts, that land of the free means you shouldn't oppress people for what they wore, like you said. It's always so funny to me. They're like, yeah, I like that Russia can fine people for looking too gay. But I'm all about my freedoms and not treading on me. What freedoms then? Being the land of the free means everyone's free. You should be free to dress how you want. So it sounds like you're more like the communist. So yeah, that's why I read your stuff. So that's why, I just want to give you the heads up. You're not welcome here. People like you, there's no conversation to be had. You've made up your small mind. You've closed it off to any kind of thought. And you just like to repeat whatever, I don't know, I'm against Enron Musk, whatever he tells you. Okay, so the other thing that's hilarious that's in the news I wanted to talk about and bring to your attention is this infighting between Enron Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, and their support for the H-1B visas, because obviously they can have immigrants come in, do a lot of work for a little bit of money, and it also drives down wages for everybody else, because if people work really long hours for really low pay, everybody else is going to have to meet that standard. Nobody's, it's not going to help raise wages. That's why when a union comes to town and people form a union at a shop, usually wages everywhere go up. And you saw this the other day when the auto workers threatened strike. Even Tesla gave people raises, because once one union decides to set the bar higher, everybody's got to match, or what happens? Well, you free market lovers will know this. They'll go and get jobs at the higher paying place. So to avoid that, everybody raises wages. That's why, number one, unions are good, but number two, that's why this infighting is hilarious. So I guess Laura Loomer, she just looks like that Saw. You know the horror villain from Saw? That's what whenever I see her, I'm like, ugh. I haven't even seen the movie Saw. I just know the imagery. Want to play a game? That guy. That's who she reminds me of. But she was on Steve Bannon's podcast, and how come all these right-wingers are like, everything's named The War Room? Hosted by a guy who looks like, he doesn't even play Call of Duty, never mind ever been close to war or any kind of physical activity. But okay, sure, Steve Bannon's War Room. He has Laura Loomer on, and she calls Elon Musk what leftists and people who just have a decent sensibility and, know anything about him have been calling him forever a technocrat welfare queen. And it was good to see some people on the right. Sorry about the sun. I can't read anything. But it's truly hilarious to see Laura Loomer call Elon Musk a welfare queen. Because number one, he is. So, I mean, she's right, which is incredible to say. But number two, it's like this is sentiment been echoed in just decent human circles forever. Because he takes billions in government subsidies. He doesn't pay his workers that well. He tries to only hire immigrants. But to finally see the right coming around all over whatever disagreement, their disagreement is hiring immigrants because Enron Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy basically said that Americans are uneducated, not smart, lazy, and they don't want to hire them for that reason. But it's fascinating that Steve Bannon and Laura Loomer both don't come to the conclusion, well, if that's the case, then why are you trying to get rid of the Department of Education? Why aren't we doing something? If you believe that Americans don't deserve the jobs and Ron Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy should only hire immigrants, why aren't we making college free? Why aren't we pushing for better education, higher educational standards here in America? They're trying to decimate all that. So, you know, I think there's a lot of people starting to wake up, and this infighting is showing it, because they're now starting to say what we've all known to be true, that Elon Musk is just a government welfare queen at the highest level. He takes the most money to survive, for his companies to survive. And it's absolutely amazing that they'll do anything to not actually address the issue. If education needs to be better in America, then the last thing you'd want to do is defund education, right? And I mean, that's clearly what Elon Musk said. Those are his own words. The Americans are stupid and lazy. So what do? You educate them. Why wouldn't I never understood that anyways. I never understood, if you want America to be the greatest, why wouldn't you want to invest in schools? Why wouldn't you want to make college free? Why don't you want us to be the most highly educated people? Well, ignorant people elect ignorant leaders. So it's all just for the sake of their profit. None of this really means anything, but it's funny to see this lip service finally start to line up with stuff that people have been saying forever. I can't say anything. Buddy, you really love me, huh? I appreciate you for watching. I'll say that. I can't believe you stayed this far. But if you want to check out the video, I linked it down below. Laura Loomer, the person who played Saw, it's a video, so you can watch her call him a welfare queen. And we'll see what comes out of this. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think any of them mean anything that they say. It's all a bunch of empty nonsense, you know. They all just get offended over nothingness and have no real solutions and don't really care as long as their companies are making money. So I don't think nothing will come from this, but I think there are some people that might have the critical thinking to put these things together and go, well, if they don't think we're educated enough, why is education so expensive? Why do they want to get rid of the Department of Education? I think there are people out there that are seeing this, that are seeing through the name calling, the mud flinging, the lip service. That's all this is. It's ego fighting each other over who they can exploit more. It's truly amazing. Hold on, I gotta put this dude in timeout for a day. Once you start crossing a certain line, I'm just gonna silence you, because that's the one thing. Just so you know, just so you're aware of the channel. No hate, no homophobia, misogyny, anything like that, racism. I just won't tolerate it. And those right-wing trolls, they love to get into spaces where, you know, they show off their stupidity. It's really brilliant how hard they'll work to show you how uneducated they are. But again, it's only what Elon Musk said, you know? Like, you can see it in my comments when these people troll me, when Elon Musk is like, Americans are stupid. It's amazing that a broken clock can be right twice a day. And Elon Musk is right on this one. We really need to educate the public more. We need more education. I don't know why these people are against it. Maybe they're scared of it. Also, I get down in the description below, jury nullification. You should look that up. It's an interesting concept we have here in America, and I think everybody should be aware of what that is. So go check out these articles that I posted down below. Happy New Year's, by the way, if you observe it. We're in 2025. It's going to be an amazing, amazing year for reasons unknown yet. If only for the photo that I got to witness of the Tesla that had exploded outside of a Trump hotel, and it was just it was a real life meme. Like, you didn't even have to alter this one. It was just a Tesla on fire outside, parked right in front of a Trump hotel. Oh, wow. 2025 is not being very subtle. Hey, what's up, Jima? Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you if you observe. I wish there was some kind of offensive way to say Happy New Year that would, like, you know how if you don't say Merry Christmas and you say Happy Holy Days, which Happy Holidays, Holy Days, you would think is even more offensive because you're saying Happy Holy Day to somebody. You know, Merry Christmas, like, Christ didn't know anything about that. He knew about the holy days. But I wish there was a way to say Happy New Year's in like a way that people would be like, man, they're not saying Happy New Year anymore. They're saying this. It's amazing at how sensitive the right can get with the most trivial of things. But thank you guys so much for watching. Gma, thank you for stopping by. It's so hard to see any kind of comments. I think it was Marissa. Marissa, thank you for stopping by. If you could, hit subscribe, and after you hit subscribe, hit that little notification. It turns into a notification bell. Hit that notification bell because I go live every single weekday outside of the observed holy days, that of the Sabbath New Year's. Some of these holidays, when you start to think about them, they're just a fucking joke. But yeah, the new year, day number 1 or 2, whatever day today is. Did you do a resolution? I resolved to not celebrate New Year's anymore. Just have one long big one. We're on day 4,028,000,028. Gma, have a great one. All right, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Go read these things and watch that infighting down below because it's hilarious to see that guy from Saw, Laura Loomer, call Elon Musk a welfare queen. I mean, thankfully more people are saying it. I think everybody should be saying it. And I don't know if you've seen the images, the videos of Elon Musk carrying his son to Trump's New Year party. But ever since Luigi Mangione became the people's hero, Elon Musk has carried his son on his shoulders everywhere he goes. I want you to notice that. Elon Musk never with his kids. Notorious bad father. And ever since Luigi Mangione, Elon has been carrying what he probably secretly calls his human shield everywhere, which is interesting to say the least. I've never seen a fucking dad give so many piggybacks, especially a bad dad. I'm sure all 47 of his other kids were like, I never got a piggyback. Probably like, listen, if you want one now, I don't care if you're 30. I'll give you a piggyback. You just got to make sure that, you know, if you hear anything, you stay on top of me. You cover me. So, poor little kid, man. Poor kids. I feel bad for him. All the money in the world and still have an atrocious father. All right, guys. Peace.